President of Bankutamola. Eco constitutional mandate long President of Bankutamola. I commencé on Monday. But you know, a lot of Gambians mujamala reaction on minti meet the people to Tonyalum Banco President Tamala Banco Dimol Nininka La Sula Pola and Mbeke. But it meet the people to what has been your reaction covering President Yakumas and inside obviously another one same.
Well, meet the people to get a consultation that with the people. Kajibi Mbeke in Bangkok but the annual theatre. I want to unifying toilet. I'm going to partisan to Tipuru President Kana Kamoji Be Kakuma Bali Foy. La purpose manke wote, la purpose momenti. No kunu fang, even tabola political konole. Abe kolowale le puru ke separate, but even tabola party politics konole. So you la statesman, wala mo banko bela alpha, yo na fodu. Emanyo na ke la political te puru kamole kajafe, ka diamole keje meni a lonko akwasiata.
Because now meet the people's store constitutional requirement law. Well, na deputy bunga kakodo bondi je buka fuko sawo sang president onye talani senarali do ko ni banku dingule diamu ka fo imunala problem woti tolfana atefana ni se kachano. This is the only time banku dingule president ka opportunities to pray kacha. But ngaji kabin president for badibu salikeni ako obviously the claims ketapo ego deputy mbiche wala ya for ati mole kana finti. Then president obviously I think he didn't find that good among content no wala for ay nyinen karo ke ka for wo deputy muna ke jang. But also ko yo meeting no fana ko badi bunkole ko nimo meta ka ko ke alfa nambuka almantara collaborate ka te fana be batalal abe mi insinuate kan ko wolom nate all the time abe kai loptanology I wo for loptanology ay badibu salkini dingo ke minister di do keta ambassador ti abeni min be ke kam badibu kolye badim badibu kol mantara yo ni wala ni be jobo ne ka ni me ko or indirectly if I'm doing all this for the community but I told mantara karte if I get or support a ma nyama exactly but it looks like I will mira what kind of statement is that statement right in that place? But obviously, for moment, no do for any tafula mole kind of finti purka president welcome.
Well, the president time wile, but ma long for Tonya deputy whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but handling deputy war for sanya to tam on level. The president coming for what in at a young nin diamo futatala, Nkawale Tande, ko. Kafon telling a colon singali. Sate mule kodo dealer, eco colon sing. But the bunkole kodo dealer, eco colon sing. Gambian call la kodo, a colon sing one. A silo dada walla, a lopitano dada one. Aka appointments men nefo atelom president na left a momo appoint la say appoint na man lafi ay ta fa mo len tele ngalla kare appoint nya be wolal but ye appoint mune kono mo be wo fanan jibe lal ha so pour president kana ka fanya kon tele nganyinke ngayra gambe no nyanta tambila wolal e nyanta understand laleko president ye fe fenke Woma la doku waleti. Mondi la fenye chika ya dia le kai ka doku. Amunka la koditi. Abe woko do filla janne ay julol tunkunto ay tala hajol. Ya jamme waleke. Anata janne ay ala kuwalke ay developments kele ay julol tumbulu wom continuation waleti. Bere ya jamme ata jawara fanambulu continuation olam woku kilongole continue ta banko la fengolam ikawole karafa president wala membe power o president membe president yala wala ka sembo soto ko ka jiba be banko la kodo dundi la nyame dame Of course, another cabinet se discuss no, and in National Assembly se discuss no, and in more cotton se discuss no. But in ya jibe, I mean tell me bula doku wala doro, until tamu kodot. Yes.
Katunia vokodo fong, that brings me to kodo minka allocate tola. And you know, all the time kanyinka chagi, but I think now bankudingol ning opposition or being in the concerns because I saw Gabe participate kuni graph bondi. In 2020, Deputy 6 million warrior will allocate meet the people dollar. But at the end of the tour, me reported 32.6 million. 26 million will la fata. Deputy Lamin approved for President Mayaka. Nintata 2021, wokanang 6 million allocated. President Onala Kafo Moli 43.52 million spent. Yena 2022, Wodu office a 6 million allocate, but they spent 25.3 million. 2023, they allocated 10 million to the president, and the president now team 61 million. Bankudingo Lakode spend on the Meet the People store. In 2024, 30 million allocated, they spent 64.67 million. In 2025, 45 million allocated. To Mali, we didn't spend out. In 2026, 52.50, almost 53 million, well spent. Nia Jube, a Kagame participate coming for long. In the entire, from 2020 to 2025, almost, let me see the right numbers because I just want us to make sure it's correct. They allocated 258 million was approved from 2020 to 2024. 54 million you will approve. But 226 million was spent, which is the overspending of 168 million, 290% increment on difference. And every year, ika allocation wala fale, but every year ika double or ka triple miyalong ka allocate. And what does this tell us? Is it this necessary for us to be spending all of this money on just president going and talking to Gambians, Kila Nafalo? I know we need all the security and everything for the president, but is this kind of money reasonable for the Meet the People store?
Well, Nigeria manke president nala security damati. Obviously, molmin neka bula noka, wani mu NPP mollet. So, ning NPP mol be noka, kodite wel doli bulu, ebe bole la swali kono, e family li tuje, e bitala toto, kodi mantare bulu wo fananto. So, wo kodo be kabo muntod. Be kabo Gambia Masakundala Kodoleto. Because wo manke koditi miya lonko abe president fango bulu. Ya jel. Barhanna ba bulu. Amanyan nala wo kodo spend la wo kunto. Ba effectively amanke political campaign. But it only convert into a political campaign. Yeah, so when make the people to take a unifying talks like they are more many are lonko. It's in a banko fe together. You more and your sabola me along carbon political corner. Yeah, so but more they are lonely. But therefore obviously being in the enjoyment among Wolinia quite offensive. But say for example, me Gunjuta as an example. But until compound the dam in Gunju, I do want to back on it. Gunju Konolom. Geomon foot water. Yes. So, morning to bohol sinna, while the minimum could also take a colonial sing. Purica Geosotono.
168 million with Judy la Gambian Jella.
Motor for them, but Gunju no require from now a system of BGL. The system will expand that. Yeah. But me will be caring, I'll tell you a locum killing locum fuller. And you could debate Aliaki Tulun down. Therefore, I call you political. Yeah, I make a political title, the political and Banco la Codola. I mean, but he could tell him Banco Baden Tavo Codola, a monkey tat. Yes.
Hopefully the National Assembly also will look at this because, and you know, you're also a lawyer, but for example, the National Assembly could approve, budget approve for somebody and then overspend. Is there any how do you call it? Because obviously assembly may approve. Ni aje kada assembly ya pura for hands on tele ni spend. But every year, so sangna mindira ko spend ka tambi wala. What are the consequences, or is it? Or there's no consequences to that?
Well, consequences in the jail, but political system will be nyaming, controlling the president Bulu, president from Kafel, and assembly was back. So an assembly was table me along common kill assembly. For if from Tada, live from control, demanding. Evika cool kemini along quick for cool technology at the end of the day. Kuse no jail, but cool besiala baba maybe a manjara wala or at in National Assembly ka jibe doro. Yeah, because as a min fanan keno wala mo president one in National Assembly be sonkola. Obviously wali mo crisis let is be sonfla no nyade. Ne ajibe sembo be nimbulu banko kan. Come sembe kero be nimbulu womo president let. But sembo in the National Assembly for nimbulu waratan. But of course, in National Assembly support sotoje yemo minke more than likely yeah femta sotology means a kela.
Kachala men fanan kake meeting na tuma fa ya mwela ba. Ako opposition no ba paraphrase la ko kundaya kai minjalo ko to kundaya de amo ay holoje ako kundaya do ka banko mara yo fole de mara to le wojinya. I mean, like you said, Nimu Bonku Kamo quality, and there are certain things that Hanima agree with a message. He was talking to Gambians because Gambian or Jamawa worried on Jamelanala. He spoke about that, even though, you know, people would have loved to speak in a very serious tone. But at least I had Kamol Hakilo Sabatendiko Jamelana party's approval. He also spoke about Loptano. I think a lot of Gambians will disagree with him on that message. Loptano be ko borosto hani America Loptano be ko borosto bari mol ka bole America kana Gambia kana jara. I mean, I know mol kana local jara loke jane, but I don't know if anybody comes from America kana tuab jara loke ja. So na ko kana jara loke jan to yalo because local jara long kana mol ka ga tuab bule kana ja. So I cannot deny that message. I kuma jamal fo. But when it comes to political talk, talking to your political opponents and stuff like that, and you don't all the time, President Barrow was also an opposition. More kita president to be in a kita no more me a mansa oppose or even no incumbent, right? But his case, he was an opposition. And today, if he says na yung kumasi falco for opposition or manko, thinking ko indirectly thinking ko opposition mo kuntaya that doesn't look difficult.
No, woman sense make. Woman sense make. In fact, I tell the opposition, woman jamfa, woman karisa bakarna ni dammalet. Yeah. But I tell election win jamne, diamo siata fa funtita Bangkok. Yeah. So when you want to itandi, moment be president yala. Ayanta la diamo kanyan na along ko sembetala. Mola dondi ko ye wole duye. Niya bondi bala ikensa wale belola sembeta taralela. President la sembo mo banko la sembolet. Banko ka sembo min bela nyo kay kakara fa president lel. So ila diamo to, ila manya to, inyante hakilo tulaje bakele. Sembetela mola sembole bebul.